It's very creamy, very lactonic, very fresh at the same time. If you like this type of tropical, lush, rich summer fragrances, this one is for you. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Giselle, and today I'm here to share with you my top fragrance recommendations for summer. So if you want to hear more about these fragrances, let's get started. So I'm going to start this list in no particular order with Counterplay by Mind Games. This fragrance, guys, to me is one of the most beautiful fruity fragrances you can try this summer if you haven't yet. It's a grown-up fruity fragrance. This is not like the Barbie fruity. This is a grown-up type of fruity scent. It's absolutely beautiful, very, very unique. I've never smelled anything like this before. Like all Mind Games fragrances, they are very, very unique, which I appreciate. That uniqueness factor to me is a deal breaker, because if they charge what they charge for fragrances, at least niche fragrances and also designer fragrances, they became really, really expensive in the last couple of years. Especially niche fragrances have seen an increase in their price tag. So if we pay what we pay for them, in my opinion, they have to deliver some level of uniqueness, right? And this fragrance does that. I absolutely love it. It has a very strong and present melon note. Actually, this fragrance was inspired by the scent of a super ripe cantaloupe on a summer afternoon. So melon is very present, very sweet yet not cloying. It's pretty ozonic as well. It's also fresh, a little bit aquatic. I find it a little bit aquatic. Floral, it has osmanthus, it has orange blossom, it has ylang. Wow, it's such a stunning perfume. I get around 7 hours of lasting power with above average projection in the first hour. Then as the fragrance transitions, projection will decline. However, it never becomes a skin scent. Yes, it sits close to the skin. However, it never becomes a skin scent, and it'll continue projecting for the lifetime of the fragrance, but projection will be soft. To me, this is a daytime type of scent. I always get compliments when I wear this perfume. It's very fun, it's flirty, it's joyful, it's very uplifting, it's stunning. So if you haven't yet, I highly encourage you to try Counterplay by Mind Games. The next fragrance on my list is Le Vent by Hormone Jane. I like this fragrance a lot. And let me tell you something. Sorry. This fragrance reminds me a lot of Fleur Narcotique by Ex Nihilo. Not the extrait, but the original, the Eau de Parfum. The similarities are not on a dupe level, and this is a very serious established house. It's very, very similar. However, there are differences, of course. In this one in particular, I find it more musky, and I also find a prominent orange blossom note that I don't find in Fleur Narcotique. It's a very nice fragrance, ultra feminine, very classy, very chic, effortless chic. This is a type of fragrance that speaks by itself. Quiet luxury at its best. It smells very luxurious, but this is classy. It has a classy type of luxury. Quiet luxury. It's the best definition for this, actually. This is classy. It's not flashy. It's not loud. It's a classy type of luxury. Very sophisticated. We have peonies here. And although this is a floral fragrance, no denying this is a floral type of scent, I think that even people who don't enjoy the typical floral fragrances, they will love this one, because to me, it's not the typical floral bouquet or the typical aldehydic, narcotic, heady floral. This is very clean. This is actually very sheer, very delicate, ultra feminine. I get around 7 hours of lasting power, and projection is really, really nice. It's not going to be a punch in your face. Don't expect that, but it projects really nicely the entire lifetime of the fragrance. Definitely a must try for this summer. If you haven't yet, try Le Vent, because I don't think you will regret. The next fragrance on my list today is actually a sample, because I haven't purchased a full bottle just yet, and it is Ylang 49 by Labo. I don't know if you are familiar with this house, but they use the finest raw materials, and you can't go wrong. All of their fragrances are really amazing, and this one is a love for me. If you like, oh goodness, if you like floral fragrances, this is the queen. You need to try Ylang 49. So this is a dabber, it's a manufacturer sample, it's not a decant, so there's no atomizer. However, with just a few drops, I can pick so many different facets here. Wow, this fragrance leans old school. So for those of you guys who enjoy that old Hollywood glam, this fragrance is a must try. It's a very old Hollywood type of floral scent, if it makes sense. Pretty narcotic, very creamy, very indolic. I'll say if this fragrance had a color, it will be like a gold ombre, from gold to yellow, because this is how this fragrance smells. It's very bright, very radiant, very luminous. It's really, really gorgeous, ultra elegant. It's to me, this is a typical ship fragrance. I don't know if this is a ship or not. Honestly, usually when I review fragrances for you guys, I try to be as unbiased as possible. And for that reason, I try to avoid reading notes unless I know the notes, because I had the fragrance in my collection for a while. In this particular case, I don't know which other notes it has. However, I can tell you that the Ylang note, it's very prominent, front and center, hence the name, Ylang 49. So this is the dominant scent profile. So it's very tropical, very lush. This fragrance is super classy, as I said. I believe it has Tahitian gardenia. It's very creamy. It's also pretty aldehydic. And I can pick something pretty dewy here, but not dirty. So I'm not sure about patchouli, but I'm almost certain it has oak moss. Yeah, it's super duper beautiful. It's undoubtedly a very gorgeous floral scent. I'll put this fragrance in the same category as Mon Boudoir or Oud Jaune Intense by Fragrance du Bois. I'm not saying these fragrances are similar scent-wise, but they share a similar kind of vibe, kind of DNA. So if you like florals, you definitely need to like florals to enjoy Ylang 49. But if you do, and if you like tropical, lush, dense type of florals, this perfume is a must try. As for lasting power and projection, I can only judge by this sample, and I can tell you it has a very decent lasting power. This sample has been already milked, as you can see. So I've been wearing this fragrance for the past days, and I can tell you it lasts about 5 hours, 6 hours, even 6 hours on my skin. And it's the type of scent profile that the warmer and more humid the weather, the longer it will last. So if this is your vibe, this is your calling. Try Ylang 49 by Labo. So my next recommendation for you today is Highline by Bond No. 9. This was actually one of my first Bond No. 9 fragrances. I think my first one was Astor Place, if I'm not mistaken, and this was the second. And ever since, and I'm talking about 2010, 2012, it's been one of my signature scents. I absolutely love it. It's a fragrance I could never get tired of wearing. It's one of my most complimented fragrances in my entire collection. Gosh, it's so, so beautiful. It's a green, clean, floral scent. It's so beautiful. This is a type of floral scent for those who don't like florals. So it's absolutely incredible. It's green, it's clean, it's crispy, it's very invigorating, it's very modern, it's very avant-garde, it's a very urban chic type of scent. And it has a very rare floral note, which is tulips. Tulips are very neutral when used in perfumery. It probably is a synthetic molecule. I can't imagine it could be possible to extract the oil from a tulip. It has a very neutral, clean type of scent, very wearable, very mass appealing. It's a type of floral perfect for layering. However, when I wear Highline, I never layer it with anything. I think I'll be doing a disservice to this beautiful DNA. It's such a clean, crystalline scent that I feel if I layer it with something, whatever that is, I'll be compromising its beautiful DNA. However, it's the perfect fragrance for layering because it's very neutral. Stunning perfume. I think it's unisex, but it definitely leans more on the feminine side. Definitely feminine leaning. However, a man can definitely pull this off. I will put it in the same category as Blue Talisman. Again, when I say that, I'm not implying they are similar scent-wise. However, they have a similar aura, similar vibes. I would wear this one and Blue Talisman for the exact same type of situations. So yeah, I will put this in the same category. So if you like Blue Talisman, highly likely you will also love Highline. Very, very sophisticated, super long lasting considering its category. It lasts about 8 hours on my skin with average projection the entire lifetime of the fragrance. It never becomes a skin scent. It becomes soft, but not a skin scent. It never blends with your skin. It will never be your skin but better type of scent. No, the fragrance will stay there. It has a presence. People will smell it. I always get compliments. Ever since I purchased my first bottle, I always get compliments, and many times several hours after spraying. So it definitely lasts long. It has a very beautiful projection. Sillage is also very sheer. You will leave a very clean, green, crispy trail behind you. If you haven't yet, and if you like fresh, clean, crispy, modern type of fragrances, this one is a must try. Highline by Bond No. 9. So the next fragrance I have for you today is Dolce Melodia by Sospiro. Now, in full transparency, this is a fragrance I received from the house. This is a gift that Sospiro sent me. Thank you so much, Sospiro, for sending me this gorgeous gift. And it was with no obligation to post, no strings attached. However, I want to review this fragrance because it's absolutely gorgeous. And if you haven't heard about Dolce Melodia yet, which I doubt because it's a very popular fragrance, bear with me. So, this is a fruity floral scent, very fruity and very floral as well, but also a modern type of floral. We have fruits in the opening and we also have fruits in the middle notes, but we also have floral notes. It opens pretty juicy, very citrusy, but very, very juicy, very invigorating. We have orange, we have mandarin in the opening, and it's also a little bit spicy, and no wonder because we have saffron in the top notes. Saffron is a pretty strong spice that not only gives the fragrance a kick, but also depth. The opening is absolutely beautiful. It was sold in the opening, but then as the fragrance transitions, we start getting more of the floral aspect of it, where we have jasmine, we have rose, and we also have pear and black currant. So this fragrance is very, very juicy in the heart. And as I always say, the heart is the heart of the fragrance. It's what the fragrance is about. So even when the fragrance dries down, you will never lose that fruity, juicy aspect. Now the dry down is also very beautiful. It's vanillic, it's woody, it has sandalwood, and it also has musk. So this is a very, very beautiful scent, and I think it definitely lives up to the hype. So when it comes to performance, I'll say it lasts anywhere between 6 and 7 hours on my skin with above average projection in the first hour, hour and a half. Then as the fragrance transitions, that projection will decline a little bit. It will never become a skin scent, so it will continue projecting for the lifetime of the fragrance, but the projection will be softer. However, it never becomes a skin scent. You will smell this fragrance for the entire lifetime of it. So if you haven't yet and elegant, chic, fruity fragrances are your vibe, Dolce Melodia is a must try. So the next one is Jasmine Freak by Room 1015. As you can see, the dent is denting, as I always say. I can't stop wearing this scent. It's so addictive, so intoxicating. Wow. This is one of my most complimented fragrances ever in my entire collection, but ever, and not just among the fragrances I have now. This has been, since I started my journey in niche perfumery, this has been so far one of my top compliment getters, and for a good reason. Wow. So this is a fruity floral scent. Don't be fooled by the name, because this is not, in my opinion, this is not a jasmine forward fragrance. I'm not sure why they call it Jasmine Freak, because it doesn't smell like jasmine. You can pick the jasmine there, but I wouldn't say this is a jasmine forward fragrance. There's a lot going on here, guys, and I'm gonna tell you, this is a very complex scent. And when I'm saying complex, I'm saying it in the best way possible. I think Jasmine Freak is definitely more fruity than floral. We have mango and we have orange here, mixed with narcotic, creamy florals like jasmine and ylang. We also have a pretty bubblegummy tuberose here. And as you probably know, I struggle with tuberose. However, here, the tuberose here is magical. So sexy, so lush, so tropical. This is the concept of a tropical fragrance in a bottle. Usually we associate tropical scents with coconut or with pineapple, for example. However, in this case, we are talking about a different type of tropical scent. The fragrance smells like the color. This vibrant, very tropical, very fiery, very lush, absolutely glorious. It's very juicy, very bright, very fruity, very dewy as well. It's slightly aquatic. I absolutely love Jasmine Freak. Even if you don't like florals, again, this is a must try because to me, this is more fruity than floral. And this is one of those cases, like I said in my previous video, where one male dabber won't do justice. There's a lot going on here. It's a very complex scent, as I said earlier. So trust me when I tell you that one male dabber won't do justice to this beautiful, beautiful creation. To me, this is a masterpiece in its own way. I've never smelled anything like this before. Yes, you pick familiar notes, familiar accords. However, as a composition, I've never smelled anything like Jasmine Freak. So if you haven't yet, I highly encourage you to try it, because if you like this type of tropical, lush, rich, dense summer fragrances, this one is for you. Especially if bright, juicy, sweet, fruity florals is your vibe. It's a must try. So moving on, guys, the next one on my list is Moonlight in Heaven by Kilian. This is actually my second bottle. I absolutely love this fragrance. It's so unique. When this fragrance launched, it was very disruptive because we didn't have this type of notes in perfumery, at least not as much like rice, for example, or coconut milk, which are prominent notes here. It was very unique and still is. That's one thing I love about Kilian. Kilian and Bond No. 9 to me are two houses that manage to create unique fragrances. This one in particular is very rare, very different. But when I say rare, again, it's in the best way possible. And it's just stunning, guys. Just stunning. It's very comforting, slightly citrusy in the opening. It's very creamy, very lactonic, very fresh at the same time. It's a day or nighttime type of scent. It's perfect for a first date, for example, when you don't know the person, but you still want to smell great and make sure that the person will like your scent, right? So this fragrance is perfect for these situations. It's also perfect for work environments because it's very inoffensive, or if you don't like to command attention. It's also very soothing, very zen, very relaxing. Wow, there's so much going on here as well. Sometimes soft, discreet fragrances like this one turn out being the most surprising, because this perfume goes through different facets and all of them are actually fascinating. As I said, it starts citrusy, then becomes creamier, a little bit lactonic. Then you get the coconut milk here kicking in. So you get the lactonic part of it, but also a very soft coconut scent. So beautiful. And let me tell you, the coconut here is not beachy. It's not reminiscent of suntan lotion, nothing like that. Now it also has tonka and vetiver in the dry down. I love the dry down. However, I told you it has different facets, totally different. The dry down is also very beautiful, and I wanted to warn you because you will see it has vetiver. However, the vetiver here, it's not masculine, it's not too dry, it's not dirty. The vetiver here just adds freshness. As I always say, sometimes notes or accords are used in perfumery to provide an olfactory experience rather than scent, and this is the case with the vetiver. So even if you can't stand vetiver, forget about it because that's not the type of vetiver you will get here. This is a day or nighttime type of scent, perfect for tropical weather. So if hot and humid is your type of climate, please try Moonlight in Heaven. It lasts about 6 hours on my skin with moderate projection. It's pretty long lasting considering its category because this is a soft, zen, fresh type of scent. However, I will never say this is a 𝘱𝙀, and even less your run-of-the-mill 𝘱𝙀. This is not a 𝘱𝙀, but yeah, it is a soft scent. It is a skin scent, very refined, very chic, and it lasts about 6 hours, as I was saying, with average projection. So if you're not familiar with Moonlight in Heaven, please try it because it smells heavenly. They couldn't have chosen a better name. And the last one for today is Milk Eclipse by Andreea Rada. Since please send me a few decants so I could share my standouts with you, and this is one of my standouts. This is a 5 ml decant, which as you can see, it's a lot of fragrance. Let me tell you that before starting collaborating with them, I've been a customer, so I can attest to their customer service and the huge variety of niche fragrances they carry. And I still am. I still shop at ScentSplit. What I like is that they offer everything between 1 ml dabbers and all the way up to a 10 ml, which is basically a travel size. This is a 5 ml, as I was saying. And this fragrance, guys, is stunning. I'm gonna buy a full bottle. It's sold out right now, and for a good reason, but you can still get a sample. Very creamy, very lactonic. I find this very similar, to be honest, with Bianco Latte, but I think the perfumer here did a great job taking that typical scent profile that people love, lactonic, creamy, chocolatey, to a whole new level. This is pretty similar to Bianco Latte, but I'll say it sits several notches above. And don't get me wrong, I love Bianco Latte. I have Bianco Latte. I don't have this one. However, I'm honest. I'm always honest with you guys. I will never mislead you. And I have to tell you, this to me smells more sophisticated than Bianco Latte. It's very smooth, very creamy. I also pick a strong dark chocolate note, and it's very chocolatey. I think the chocolate note is stronger here than in Bianco Latte. I don't even know if Bianco Latte has chocolate in the composition. This one does. It has dark chocolate in the top notes, but you will still get that dark chocolate through the entire lifetime of the fragrance. You'll never lose that yummy gourmand scent you get in the opening. So this fragrance has really, really tempting notes. Aside from dark chocolate, it also has peach, it has praline. Praline gives a lot of creaminess to fragrances. It has almond, so it's a very nutty scent as well. It also has coconut, it has vanilla, it has sandalwood. Wow, it is definitely a gorgeous gourmand fragrance. This is a gourmand, but this is a grown-up gourmand. This is not the type of gourmand that teenagers wear. This is not a gourmand reminiscent of Bath & Body Works candles, for example, or anything like that. And don't get me wrong, I love Bath & Body Works candles. This is just a point of reference for you because it's very difficult to describe a fragrance in a way that people can imagine how it truly smells. It's hard to sit down, watch videos from someone reviewing a fragrance. You really want to know how the fragrance smells. So that's why I always bring points of reference like colors or metals, or in this case, candles or whatever, but nothing against them. I love them and I have tons of them in my house. Absolutely beautiful scent. It lasts about 8 hours on my skin. I think Bianco Latte lasts longer than this one, but this one also lasts 8 good hours. So it's a very good lasting power. Projection is above average the entire lifetime of the fragrance. And honestly, I love it. I'm entertaining the idea of getting a full bottle. If you haven't yet and you like grown-up gourmand scents, this is a very chic option. It's not cloying, it's not extremely sweet, it's nothing like that. So if you like this type of scent profile, then give 𝘿𝙤𝙾 a try. I'll link everything in the description box below. Sometimes I tag products directly on the screen. I think it's easier for you guys to just find the product right on screen, but depending on availability, if I can't find it in the catalog to post it on screen, I will leave it in the description box as I usually do. So guys, this is it for today. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoy my content, and if you are new here, welcome to my channel. I truly hope you enjoy my video, and if that's the case, I will highly appreciate if you consider subscribing. Now, if you subscribe, please make sure you hit the bell icon so you won't miss my upcoming videos. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.